Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Excuse my background. I'm literally working on getting like a backdrop and all of that stuff on my channel. Room's a little messy because I'm packing for my trip, but that's besides the point. Again, I always get like distracted when I start recording or start talking about like shit that doesn't really matter. But today is part 2 on my weekly series of self-love, and today I'm going to be talking about how to invest in yourself. So like, people think of like investments and stuff as financially, which it could be financially as well, but I'm talking about like investing in you, not just money wise, not just the physical, but also the mental and the spiritual and all of those things. So investing in yourself can mean a lot to a lot of people, but to me it means self-care, and self-care could be used as anything because it's such like a broad topic in itself. So self-care for me is very important when it comes to investing my time and my energy in myself. So I'm going to be looking at all the notes that I jot down, so don't mind if I'm looking up and down a bit, but yeah. So the first point for me is self-care. So when I talk about self-care, I'm talking about your body, your physical, your mental, your finances, your spirituality, and your health. So health for me is my physical health and my mental health. I never really used to take care of myself mentally. I suffered from depression for a number of years, and that caused me to not be happy with my physical self, and it just put a lot of pressure on myself with either family issues or personal issues, and I was always focused on fixing things before working with the process of getting to the point where I'm able to fix things and be happy at the same time. So that was something that was very important for me. I recently got to this point like a month or 2 ago, if I'm not even lying. I've been vegan for the past 2 months. I'm taking a break from being vegan, even though I haven't eaten meat since I stopped. I've lost quite a bit of weight. June is when I started my fitness journey, but I started seriously in September. June, I was 207 pounds, and today I'm 183 pounds. So I've just really been taking care of myself and changing my diet. I hope the vacuum is not in this video. But yeah, I've really just been changing my diet and meditating a lot and just speaking positive things and putting positive things into the universe, and it has helped me a lot. Now when I'm talking about my body and my skin, I'm using a lot more of the natural skincare products. I buy all my things from Lulu's Holistics. I've talked about this on my channel multiple times. So from the turmeric soap to the walnut face scrub to the body butter to the parasite herbal cleanse, like I've completely switched out. Even my lip balm is from that line. It's just 100% natural skincare products, and I just feel like it's better for my body. My body isn't taking in a lot of chemicals, and just like a balance of everything with like a good diet and things I'm putting on the outer part of my body has just become a really important part of my life. So when I also speak about self-care, I do touch on finances a little bit. So for me, I was in school for 4 years. I've accumulated student debt and blah blah blah. Recently, I've been taking care of my my finances to a point where I can pay my bills on time, and that's either with a to-do list or my planner, which I have a video on how I plan and how I do all of that stuff. I'll put in the cards above. Hopefully I can remember it because I always forget. But I do speak on how I budget everything, writing down my bills, writing down how much I get paid, when my credit card bills are due, when my car payment stuff are due, like when all those things are due, I make a list, I write it down, because it is so important to make sure that all your things, all your personal bills and stuff are taken care of, so you're not stressing yourself. So before I was working like 3 to 4 jobs. Now I'm down to 2 jobs, and it's hard at times because I have that that work ethic of feeling like I gotta work all the time. But now that I'm working a decent job and getting a decent pay, I'm able to pay all my bills on time without having any of them late. I also have money to save, and I also have money to buy myself things that I want, things that I like, and all of that stuff. Next, we're gonna talk about turning your dreams into a success, or turning your dreams into a reality. So for me, it sounded a little bit cliche until I actually started believing in it, and I didn't get to the point of believing in myself or turning my dreams or things that I've always wanted in life into reality until I tried. And I pushed myself, I pushed really hard to get to where I am today. I've always said, from the point where I gained a lot of weight, I've always said that I want to go back to my high school weight and a lot lower. When it came to school, like I went and I got my degree and all that stuff, but I never really pushed myself to get a good job. I was stuck in retail for a while, and I'm like, you know what, one day I want to stop working a retail job, but money. And I know like money is a very important thing, but it came to a point where I was just like, okay, once it gets to September, like September after I graduated from university, I'm like, we're not working retail anymore. So I quit my retail job, and I didn't have a job after that. I was kind of just working 3 shifts a week with my other job, and it was just, by the grace of God, I was still able to cover all my bills and do all of that good stuff. And I didn't know where I was going to end up, but I quit anyways, and I ended up with a really decent job in the end. And it's just like, you say something and you want it to happen, but you don't do, or you don't put in the work that needs to be put in. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you don't put in enough work, you don't put in enough effort to make your dreams a reality. If you want to quit your job and do YouTube full-time, you got to invest, you got to push content, you got to be willing to do a lot of things. And a lot of people do that, but me personally, I could never depend on YouTube to pay my bills. I've just always been that person to work really hard for things that I want. And I'm not saying having a YouTube channel you're not working really hard, but I need consistency, and I need something that's gonna be here. Like if YouTube shuts down tomorrow and that's your full-time like job, you're screwed. Basically, that's basically all I'm saying when it comes to turning your dreams into reality, but also have a backup plan. Next on my list is focusing on what you think about, and focusing on what you want instead of what others want for you. So examples of this could be like your physical appearance and what you look like, or the things that you put out in the universe. So for example, Instagram and social media is like a really big thing in today's society. You can go on there for tutorials, you can go on there for weight loss stuff, you can go on there for modeling, you can connect with people on there for like media projects and a lot of things like that. That's where a lot of people get networking done. Now, if you're a person that's like me, or that's been like me in the past, where I have looked up to a lot of people to reach my goals, I can tell you from experience, you will never get there. Like never, ever, ever get there. And I'm using my weight loss as like a major point in this video, because it's something that I've struggled with for a very, very, very long time. It came to like, I was skinny, I still didn't feel enough. I was fat, I still didn't feel enough. I lost a little weight, I still didn't feel enough. And that didn't change until I started investing in my happiness and just getting myself together. When I stopped caring about what people thought about me and the things that I posted online, is when I was able to kind of get to that point where I'm like, okay, I gotta do things and I gotta think about myself first. It's time to be selfish at this point. Screw everybody else, screw what everybody else thinks, and focus on you. You gotta invest your time, you gotta invest your energy, you gotta invest your money, you gotta be happy and invest that happiness into your life to make yourself happy, to make yourself worth it, to make yourself feel loved. Like I've said in the other video, you cannot love yourself completely completely until you learn to love God, love the word and what he has to say, and use that in your daily life. And you cannot love somebody else until you love yourself. That means loving every inch of your body, whether it's your physical appearance or your inner appearance or your mental beauty or your spirituality, like things like that. It's just very important to block out the world, block out what everybody else thinks about you or what they want you to do or what they want you to change about your life, and focus on you. Next point I have in investing in yourself is investing in your hobby, whether it's modeling, DIY projects, blogging, vlogging, photography, fitness, clothing. Do whatever it takes to invest in your hobby, to invest in something that you love. Now for me, I've always wanted to do this modeling thing, but I feel like I only wanted to do it because a lot of other people on Instagram are doing it, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? No, I don't think I could deal with the pressure of being a model, but I do love photography. I love like simplistic aesthetic. I love minimalism aesthetic. Like I love a lot of things about those types of photography. I like photos from the 90s Chanel collection, like the runway collection. I just like how it looks. I like the fashion. Like there's a lot of things that I like behind that. So my love for photography keys into fashion, keys into minimal lifestyle, keys into certain aesthetics. And also DIY. I love creating new things. I like doing things with my hands. I like just taking things apart and putting them back together. I've always been that kid, but now that I'm older and I'm realizing the things that I'm good at, I'm learning to time manage myself with using my planner or using my time on weekends. So before I used to work 7 days a week, so Monday to Friday full-time job, and then Fridays I'd work nights, and then I would work weekends. Every week. I did that for about a year, and it was just a couple months ago where I decided to just do like 2 shifts at my part-time job a month, and I did this specifically so I can focus on my channel, put content out every so often just to build my subscriber base and my viewers and all of that stuff, but also to research on things that I can make myself and things that I could potentially sell, whether it's on Depop or Etsy and stuff like that. And these things make me happy. When I'm creating things that I love, I forget about everything else around me. I forget about all the things that are stressing me out. I just forget about a lot of things, and I just get into that zone where I'm just like, okay bitch, like I see you kind of thing. So like investing in your hobby is like a really good thing, because if it makes you happy and you learn to appreciate the things that you're good at, you can love yourself through a lot of those things. Or when you're down, you have a place where you can go where you're able to kind of just reset and like focus on you and not everything else around you that's bugging you. My last point I have written down here says, grind until you get what you want, upgrade yourself, work hard so you can stop daydreaming of where you want to be, save, budget, and pay your bills. Now, when I tell you this has been key in my life these days, it has been key. Now, I don't really talk about my boyfriend on this channel, but we've been dating for about almost a year and a half, so a year and a half this month, and he's changed like a lot of things in my life when it comes to like future and planning and learning to appreciate myself, like learning to appreciate me. He has taught me a lot of things, and I have to give him some credit for where I am today too. I was very like one-track minded before. I was more like, okay, I gotta work, I gotta save, I gotta pay these bills, and I thought about nothing else. And it wasn't until him where I'm just like, okay, it's okay to work and pay your bills and save, but where do you fit in and all that? So I came up with like a little program where I budget a month every month. I take out all the money from my paycheck for, like, say I get paid bi-weekly, so my first paycheck for the month, I take out all the money for my bills, and that in the first 2 weeks I put in my savings account. I pay myself, then I put money in my savings, and then that's pretty much it. So now when I say I pay myself every month maybe $75 to $100, and I use that money to take care of myself, whether it's to get my lashes done, to get my nails done, to get my hair done, to do all of those things. And since I started doing that, I've just realized like how powerful I am as a woman to be taking care of myself. Like, I was taking care of myself before, like financially 100%, but I was always worried about like my finances and never having enough. But now that I'm able to do everything that I want to do, it just makes it so much easier. And before I met him, it was more like, okay, you know what, being somebody who I'm not is not gonna get me anywhere in life. Being somebody who I'm not is not gonna help me find the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. And it just happened to be that before we met is when I decided to believe in myself 100%. I decided to accept my quirkiness, my silliness, my weird everything. Like, I just started to accept the things that I thought others hated about me, and it ended up working out. Like, I can't even describe it, but like everything has just been amazing. And in my relationship, it's not like one-sided. We compromise with a lot of things, but also he gives me that time to appreciate myself. And it's always something where I've thought that if I can't love myself, if I can't learn to go through things on my own, I can't expect him to do that for me. I gotta like put in some effort in some places where he's able to help me too. And I'm not saying that he's not there when I'm down or I'm not there when he's down, but you gotta believe in yourself. You cannot depend on everybody else to give you the benefit of the doubt. You can't depend on everybody else to love you. Bitch, you gotta love yourself. Like, oh man, it's just an amazing life lesson. And again, with these topics, I feel like I'm all over the place. But as I said, investing in yourself and self-care is such a broad topic that it covers a lot of things. Say it's like you have a business, right? And you start off at a small shop. You put in money to make it a successful business. But if that business doesn't have a turnaround, you're not gonna get anything out of it. Like, you gotta work really hard to make sure you put your business out there, you build your customer base, you're making money to pay your rent, you're making money to pay your bills, you're making money to pay your workers, and you have money to put in your pocket. You gotta invest in your business. You gotta invest in everything that you worked really hard for. So the same way you invest in your business and something you love and building something from the ground up is basically everything that you need to do to invest in yourself. You take those same things that you learned, the same things that you planned, the same things that you built your entire life, and you put that into investing in yourself. Your money, your time, your energy, your happiness, your success, your goals, like all that stuff, you gotta put that into yourself and say, this is where I stand, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do in my future. But you gotta realize that in order for things to come around full circle, you gotta start with you. Like, you gotta make sure you love yourself completely. Like, without that, I'm sorry, but like, you're gonna make it in some places, but then you're gonna be unhappy. And I'm pretty sure it's not a point in anybody's life where they want to make it and not be happy. Like, you want to make it, you want to have money, you want to have riches, you want to be successful, you want to live in a nice big house, but you want to enjoy it. You don't want to have all of that and not be able to enjoy it because you're unhappy. You know what I mean? So I'm getting really passionate about this. I hope this video helps somebody. I actually want to give a shout out to one of my viewers, Therese Ayo. This girl comments on my videos all the time when I feel like shit, like from not getting a lot of views or as much as I think I deserve, and she comments things on my channel. It just makes me want to push more, you know? She said she loves the versatility of my channel and all the things that I post and how different it is. And I said to her, I was like, I'm not gonna stop until it reaches the right person. So Therese, if I'm pronouncing your name right, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a faithful viewer and a subscriber. And it's people like you that allow me to continue to create, and it's people like you that keep me going. So I really appreciate you. But yeah, thanks for watching my video, guys. I hope you enjoy. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and just keep on the lookout for more content coming to my channel about self-love. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.